Hello friends and welcome to Tony's Reviews. Today we're going to be checking out a couple of Asino TV flashlights by Bell & Howell, and this is the Tac Light brand flashlight. There's two of them here. In the commercials I've seen them freeze these things in blocks of ice. I've seen them boil these in water, and I've also seen them run over these with a car. We're going to check out all that as well as the brightness and see if these really do live up to all the hype in the commercials. To get started, we'll do a quick unboxing, look at these flashlights, and then we'll test them out. The first one we're going to start with is the small Tac Light. Here we go. Got some instructions, don't need those. Okay, I've got it out of the box here. We'll take a real good look at it up here, up and close. You can see that there. Right here's the button to turn it on. On the box here it says it's got 5 functions: high, medium, low, strobe, and SOS. And as soon as I pulled it out of the box, I could tell it feels pretty heavy duty. It feels kind of like a Maglite if you've ever had one of those. And right up there you can see that it's got an LED diode in there. It's got a little battery compartment. We'll stick those in there. The batteries fit in this little cartridge right here. And you just stick them in the back, screw them back together here. All right, let's turn this thing on and see what it does. Oh, that looks pretty bright. In this room it looks bright, and there's bright lights in this room. Okay, see that there? And that's, okay, that was bright. This is medium. There's low. There is strobe. And there's SOS. Okay, and both these flashlights make the same claims. They say they're so durable they can be run over by a car, they will work underwater, in boiling water, frozen in a block of ice, and I think that's it. But anyway, we're going to check this one out too.
Boxes? We don't need no stinking boxes.
Okay, so I've got the long one out now. You can see the comparison side by side there. And this one here on the right is quite a bit bigger. Got the button on the back there. Let's put some batteries in this baby. And my battery of choice today for this big Tac Light are the Energizer batteries. These are C size. I've got the batteries in this now, and I turned it on immediately. I can tell you in this room it does look to be brighter, and already I can tell you it does seem to have a bigger beam than the little flashlight. But we're not going to really test that out in here. We're going to test that out outside. Okay, so there's high, medium, low, strobe, and SOS. Here I want to show you this real quick compared to the Tac Light. This is what I would consider to be a standard size Maglite right here. You can see it. And this is what you see a lot of police officers carrying. And you can compare these side by side. They both feel pretty heavy duty. I know this one has been a trusted name for many years, especially in the law enforcement community. Both seem to feel about as heavy duty. The steel, you know, it's got a real solid feel to it in both of them. But the old Maglite does feel just a little bit more solid. So let's head outside and test them out. So now we're outside of my house. You're probably wondering why it's dark. It's because it's nighttime. We're going to test out the brightness on all 3 of these. Let's see how they do. The first light we're looking at here right now is my old standard issue police Maglite. Here we go. I'm going to shine it on this tree. And you can see on this tree, it does a pretty good job of illuminating it. On these Maglites, you can adjust it to where it pinpoints really small, or you can make it spread out. And I have used this on a field before, whenever I've had kids actually running through my yard out here in the middle of the night. You can actually see a lot farther than it looks like on camera, but you know, just for the purposes of this video, this is what you're going to be able to see and, you know, grade this by on this tree. And you can see a bush out here in my yard, and this lights up the bush that's out there. Okay, so enough of the Maglite. We're going to test out the other 2 lights now. So now I'm using the small Tac Light that says it's 40 times brighter than a normal flashlight. And see that is brighter than that Maglite in my opinion. And it's lighting up a lot better than the Maglite. Even this bush that's back here, I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but to me it's much brighter than the standard flashlight, the Maglite anyway. So now we'll test out the other settings on the smaller Tac Light. This is the brightest level it goes. This is medium, this is dim, this is strobe, and SOS. And my standard police issue Maglite does not do SOS unless you just know how to put your hand over the light itself and you just know how to do SOS. So now I'm going to test out the long Tac Light here that is supposedly 80 times brighter than a normal flashlight. All right, so there you have it. And You can see there, I'm going to really judge it by this bush here because you can really see this bush a lot better than you could with the mag light or with the tac light, the little tac light that's 40 times brighter. And yes, this 80 times brighter tac light does seem to be brighter. Let's check out the other settings. Here's medium, here's low or dim, and then we go into strobe, and then we go into SOS. Okay, so now let's run over them with a car like they do in the commercials. So now I'm going to take a stroll through my backyard. It's pretty dark out here, so just to show you how well these will light up on a pretty dark night. Something I didn't mention is both of these tac lights actually come with a wrist strap, so that makes it pretty handy. You just carry it around and then let go of it when you need to. I kind of like that. Okay, so the first light we're using here is my standard police issue mag light, and you can see it does a decent job, but you've got that big huge bright spot in the middle, which is pretty much standard with any old-fashioned style flashlight. So you see there. Okay, and this is the short tac light that says that it's 40 times brighter than a standard flashlight, and it is quite a bit brighter, and I like the idea that I don't have just one circular bright spot right in the middle of the flashlight. So there's my septic tank. Oh boy, these actually have a zoom on them, so you can actually zoom the light in so it can focus on something. So I guess it just concentrates it like that. So if you need to focus on something, and it does look like it's a little brighter just in that one spot. And both the lights do this. So now we've got the bigger tac light that is supposedly 80 times brighter, and it is brighter. Check it out. Oh, the septic tank once again. And there's the house. Check it out. There's another septic tank, and there's its zoom. And you see that it seems a little different because it actually still has a a bright or a big light that kind of spreads out, but it also has the focus there. So check that out. Hey, 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 listen to the sirens. You know I'm partying down. As you can see, both lights got a little bit crusty from being driven over, but they still work fine, and they seem to be pretty solid. They don't seem to have any damage. They both are still in complete working order. As a matter of fact, you saw me testing them out in the yard, and they do just fine. So they can withstand being run over by an automobile. Our next test is the boiling water test. We're going to put both lights in boiling water and see if they can stay lit even in boiling water. No, not me. I'm the little one. I'll save you. Nope, he's not going to fit completely in there, but anyways, both lights are in the water. So both of them are in there, and they're both in boiling water now, and they seem to be surviving. All right. Okay, so the little tac light did not turn out near as well as it did in the commercial. You can see here it actually is malfunctioning now. These three pieces fell off. The little lens that's in here, it fell off of the inside of this while it was in the boiling water. It doesn't snap back in. I already tried that. But you can see here that the light itself, you can see there I turned it on, but it didn't actually come on. It just kind of flashed for a second. There, it came back on, and right now it should be, what, a little dimmer. It's not really dimming, and at this point it's actually supposed to be in strobe mode. It's not doing that, and now it just went off. So it's not doing what it's supposed to do now. So the boiling water did affect it, and it did hurt it. So it's not working the way it's supposed to right now. So you can see there, it's malfunctioned. So it failed that test. Even inside the battery casing here, it's wet inside of here. So that's not a good sign. So take the back off of this one, see if it's wet, and it is soaking wet inside of here too. So yep, all these C batteries are soaking wet. So water does get inside this thing. That's not good. And though the bigger flashlight does work, I noticed that it does not respond as good as it did before. So like right now it's actually clicking through, but I actually have had this get stuck on me. And I did let these dry out overnight. So if you get one of these, I would highly suggest not putting it in water. Fortunately, I still have this big Tac light that I'm going to be using as a flashlight. I probably will end up buying the latest models of these. I know that there are some newer models out that do other things besides just regular flashlight. Thank goodness this one still works. I'll be using this as a flashlight around the house. I love how bright it is. I think it's a great flashlight. It just doesn't work under the extreme conditions, or at least it didn't for me, work under the extreme conditions that are advertised on the box and in the commercial. And I know that right now on the market, they've actually released some different versions of the Tac Light. I will have Amazon links in the description of this video for all the Tac Lights that I know of that are on the market. If you enjoyed this video today, please hit the thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more of my product reviews, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell. The bell will alert you anytime I release a new video. I want to thank you so much for tuning into Tony's Reviews today, and God bless you.